What's up, everyone? My name is Josh Reese. I am a recent graduate of the Arizona College of Optometry, and I am a new resident at the Northwest Eye Care Professionals in Clackamas, Oregon. So I just started my residency. I'm about a month in, and I've kind of been missing a lot of information that I haven't been able to tell everyone. So life just kind of speeds up after you graduate, and I really haven't been able to slow it down enough to upload a lot of videos. But here I am. So the first thing I kind of want to talk about is how my residency is going. So I'm doing a residency in vision rehabilitation with an emphasis in pediatric optometry and neurooptometry. And saying that out loud, I thought I'd just, be able to touch into the different subjects, but it really is all day, every day. I'm seeing complicated kids, developmentally delayed individuals with brain injury, individuals with different types of brain trauma, strokes, all of the above is going on. And it has been really, really good experience. So first, I just want to say that I did a residency to make sure that I could learn how to be a doctor and how to treat the specific patient population I want to treat. And that is 100% true so far. I definitely get exposure to all of the patient populations, the rehab, the pediatrics, the vision therapy. Everything has been great experience. Next thing I want to touch on is that as a doctor, sometimes I still get back into student mode. There's a lot of times because at the site that I'm at as a resident, they also take interns, student interns. And some of the doctors can kind of slide into remembering that you're a doctor or thinking you're an intern, and it can kind of be hard to really feel like you know your place as a doctor. There's some times when I think, oh, let me go get the doctor, and then I think, oh, wait, I am a doctor. What would I do? And then I'm not signing off on charts yet, but so I still, have to bring the patient, have the doctor, work up or have the doctor check out the patient towards the end. But I really can do more before I talk to them. Like before I don't know. It's just a harder transition when you're a resident, because when you're going straight out, you're like, okay, I'm a doctor, everyone's going to treat me like a doctor, you'll get your feet underneath you. But as a resident, sometimes you still feel like a student, and it's harder to make that jump to realizing that you're a doctor. And so there's been definitely a lot of times where I've fallen back into the slump, but there's been a lot of cool experiences where you feel like a doctor again. And I don't know, it still doesn't feel real. I still feel like I'm a student. But it's good. It's really good. The next one I don't talk about is like specifics of the residency. So I'm doing a private practice residency. So it's not at like a big hospital system or like a VA or an IHS. It is just kind of people who have set up a practice. It's 3 different locations, and I work with maybe 7 different doctors throughout the locations, and I split time. So right now, when I was training, it was a little different, but right now I do Monday in Clackamas, Tuesday in Vancouver, Wednesday, Thursday in Hillsboro, and then Friday again in Clackamas. And then 3 of those days I see vision therapy patients as a therapist, and 2 of the days I do just doctor work, where I work with a doctor. We kind of double book their schedule, and we see the patients together, kind of. And or where I'll do most of the work and they do a tiny bit of the work at the end. And then I get a half day of admin. My Friday afternoons, I get to kind of, so far, it's been to do whatever I need to do so far it's been kind of finishing up my training, making sure I can log into all the things I need to log into, that kind of stuff. But this last time was really cool because I was able to train a little bit more on some vision therapy techniques I didn't quite understand yet, and also be able to start working on presentations for case reports for Academy and for different optometry organizations. So it was cool. I want to be able to present something at NORA, the Neuro-Optometric Rehabilitation Association, and I want to be able to present something at the American Academy of Optometry's meeting. And it's been nice to be able to have time to set aside to do that. So that has been really cool. But my residency has been everything I've hoped it would be. I'm definitely learning a lot, but I thought I'd be okay with an hour commute a little bit more, but an hour when there's traffic turns into 2 hours really quickly. And so some of the commutes that I thought would be hour 15 have quickly taken 2 hours and 15 minutes. So I think the commute might be a little much this year. It kind of takes it out of you at the end of the day. So I definitely would recommend maybe living a little bit closer. But it is definitely, I don't know, it's been a good experience. And I definitely would recommend so far a residency to everyone. It has been so nice to be able to concentrate on knowledge instead of having to go in and making sure I'm billing correctly and making sure I'm doing, there's so many different steps that you have to lock in as a doctor. And it's nice to be able to have, first of all, someone underneath there to make sure that you're not making any mistakes and teaching you how to do it correctly, but also be able to focus on patient care as your number one priority and not fall into the traps of, I'm just here to see X amount of patients and make the practice money and that kind of stuff. So it's been really, really, it's been good. I really don't have much else to say. It has definitely been harder in some ways than I thought it would be. And it's been a lot easier than I thought it would be in some days. It's so rewarding. I never felt like this in a rotation where I'm doing exactly what I want to do, but that is what it feels like in residency. It feels very, very rewarding, and you feel growing so much into the doctor you want to be. And so that's been a lot of fun. I definitely would recommend anyone interested in vision therapy, brain injury, pediatrics, definitely check out this residency. I think it's been a great experience. The doctors you work with are amazing. I will say, because it's a private practice, there's a lot of bureaucracy stuff. And I'm sure you get this advice from anyone who's at a private practice, but staffing, once there's enough people who work at a practice, it's really hard to kind of, there's just the way that people treat each other or the different systems that they have in place. You can see a lot of areas for improvement, but it's not really your place to improve any of it. You just kind of have to learn it, which I think is the same at anywhere you're at as a resident. You're not really going to be there to change the systems that you're in, but it definitely could be better. But that's okay. I think I'm at a great place, and I'm really looking forward to the rest of my residency. I'll definitely, hopefully get back into the swing of things, and it'll start going a little bit more smoothly, and everything will be working out great. So we'll see you in the next video, and see you later. Bye.